Hello everyone, it's Ömer. Today we are gonna look hacking Darwin with AI. In this presentation we will understand how can we hack genomics with the latest tech. And this presentation will be a very multidisciplinary one. But first of all, we need to make peace between biology and computational technologies. So we can see a cell as a computer. It processes information and it has some defense mechanism. Also, we can see other biological parts more mathematical way. So we can see DNA as an information, as a binary information. Also, we can see proteins as graphical informations. With the latest tech, we have incredibly high accurate editing power. So we can edit genomes like our Word documents. We can edit in incredible precision and with incredible speed. Our ancestors was a geneticist and they were changing and editing other animals' genomes, and they don't have incredible powerful technologies. They had only their eyes, hands and brains, but they had made incredible things. Also, as we humans, we evolved ourselves too, so we choose to where to live and we changed our habitat, and with this change we also changed the evolutionary pressures and we evolved ourselves. Okay, we have editing power, and what we should next. So if you look Darwin, what he said, to kill an error is as good a service as, and sometimes even better than, the establishing of a new truth of fact. What Darwin is saying that you need to cure the diseases before making superhumans. Okay, we understand that with this power we need to first of all we need to cure diseases, but also we need to make a clarification about disease. So what is disease? So if you look genetical diseases, like if you look to sickle cell disease, it's a single gene genetical disease. We can say that it's a disease. But if you look closer at that, this disease gains some protection against malaria. And it's, if you look this example also, if we can look other examples, that like some genetical change, some genetical mutations can be beneficial in some conditions. So we need to choose wisely to say this mutation is disease. Okay, what can we do with the genome editing technologies? We can create painless humans. So as we know that our nervous system works with sodium and calcium and potassium and chlorine ion channels. So SCN9A gene is coding some kind of these ion channels, and if you delete this gene you won't sense pain and you will become painless human. And it's a very rare mutation, but some kind of people born with this mutation and they don't feel pain and they hurt themselves very bad, and like pain is very important for survival of animals. So with the change of myostatin gene, you can create incredible muscular animals, and I think this gene is controlling the division of the muscle cells. Also, we can change behavior with the genomical change. So most of the time we think that if you change some gene you will change the physical trait, but also you can change the behavioral characteristics. And people made an experiment about this with the gray wolves. They took a bunch of gray wolves and they looked at and they tried to feed them and observed which one of these wolves are is 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 close to human. And after that they selected, they made an unnatural selection and they choose the friendliest wolves. And after 20 generations they reached a population that all of the wolves were very friendly to human, but in the beginning they were very wild animals. So if you look humans have different number of dopamine receptors. Some people has lots of dopamine receptors, some people has very few, some people is middle. It's kind of normal distribution. But with this genetical change, you can also change the number of dopamine receptors, and with this dopamine receptor change, you can change the human reactions to certain events. So, if we cured all disease, what we can do next? And we can create superhumans with these genome editing technologies. And these experiments have been done with this Chinese scientist, and he changed two girls' DNA to the other's DNA, and these two girls, two Chinese girls, didn't get caught by HIV virus because the surface protein coding DNA or gene has been deleted by the CRISPR, and it's illegal. But I think in the future, and a gene therapy will be like a vaccination. So we can cure diseases to create better humans. Also, we can enhance our abilities. So we can enhance our intelligence, sensory capabilities, behavioral change, creativity, and survival capabilities. So in the future we were gonna move to space. So if you can change some genes or add new genes to human, and this human can survive in space in a very long time, and we need this genetical change to conquer the space. So the important question is that when we need AI. So if you look the diseases, the most of the known diseases are single gene diseases. So these diseases are dependent to a single gene. If this gene is broken, and you will get these diseases. But we know, as we know that human body is not working like that. Most of the time, it's not working like this because a gene is helping, like in eye. Also, this gene can be used in lungs. Also, this gene could be used in other parts of the body. So it's a very complex system, and it's very hard to go from genotype to phenotype. It's incredibly complex and chaotic system. So we need AI in here to solve this complexity, solve the what change should be done to wanted change to become. And AI is very good at this, handling this kind of complexity. And if you look the game of Go, and it's an incredibly complex game. There's millions, trillions, and probabilities, but AI could handle this. And if you know the AlphaFold, AlphaGo, he beat the world champion. And as we know, that AI is kind of better at handling this kind of complexities. But our minds are not built or evolved for handling these kind of complexities. So, like our purpose, our mind's purpose, our brain's purpose is to survive and reproduce, and it's not specialized to make huge calculations and finding patterns in big data. and like we can't do very small multiplications very fast because our minds are not designed and we have limited focus. We don't have like very large focus, large processing capabilities to understand big data. So in this section I will talk about some projects, also some firms that are working on they are combining genomics and deep learning and machine learning methods. And what they are saying is that the future of the drug development will rely on AI because the biology is too complex for humans to understand. Yeah, as we are talking that human mind is not good at processing big data, and biology is we have very big data. So in the end, we need AI to solve biological problems. And deep genomics is it's a very good firm that works on these projects. So where can we use AI in the genomical area? We can use AI for predicting the binding sites for transcription factors. Also, we can use machine learning methods to choose which where to cut the DNA to work the CRISPR-Cas in the best way. Also, with this machine learning technology, we can create new things. We can discover new things. Like if we look the evolutionary pathway, new things are invented in the way. So, like the brain is invented, the hands are invented, the nervous system is invented, and the body plans were invented, and these plants were in the space and they were waiting for the invention. And also we can do the same thing with our computational technologies. So like we can take each genomic in the space, each genome in the space, and they are separated other genomes by the difference genomical information. And like if you look in this graph, like it's the genomic evolution of the COVID-19 virus. Like it searched its space by mutations, but it hasn't searched it all spaces. And like there could be a million variations of the coronavirus. Also, there could be a million variations of human in the desired way. And also evolution is like working like machine learning. They are very similar to find the optimum point and some kind of search algorithm. And the last in the last part we will look what kind of different things with this genomical technologies we can rewind the molecular clock. So as we know that a speciation is occur when two animals DNA is getting very different and the speciations becomes but let's say we can say that mammoths and the elephants are very closely related animals, and as we know that mammoths are extinct today, but the elephants are currently living. So if we can change some, if we can make some editing in the elephant's genome, we can create mammoth type animals, and we can create extinct animals and come back to today, and these animals could be alive today with these genomical editing technologies. And in the end of the day, AI will change the humans humans evolution. AI will change it, and in this picture we are seeing some embryos, the fertilized embryos, and doctors will choose these embryos, and they will choose which genome to, like, they will choose which genomic will be passed to next generations by looking the which one of them is the best. And now we are using AI to choose which embryo is the best. So if you look in an evolutionary perspective, that AI is making some selection, and it's changing the genome of the human by changing the by selecting the embryos, and it's a very incredible thing in human era. And I called it unnatural intelligence selection. It's not it's a selection by AI, like unnatural intelligence. So in the end, we could be architect of the life. So we can take the power of evolution and we can use it. And Darwin described nature as clumsy, wasteful, blundering, and horrible, cruel. And as you know that evolution created lots of pains and lots of different kind of variations and different extinctions, and in the end of the day we could be the creator of the life, and we could be the changer of the life. Thanks for watching, and I hope you will stay healthy.